The Shiba Inu community wants answers, and Binance obliges. Kuru Shib Army JPN at Kuro _9696 has provided information on the achievements that the Shib Army has recently achieved on the Shibarium beta. Kuru is a Shiba Inu fanatic. Specifically, in the last day, the quantity of interacting wallets on Shibarium's puppynet has increased dramatically by about 2 million, rising from 4,059,878 to 5,833,845. During the same time period, the total number of transactions increased from 3,149,432 to 3,234,888. We'll discuss about Binance's answer in this video. The Shiba Inu community expects responses. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the curve in the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. Leading cryptocurrency analyst CryptoRand said on Friday, everyone's eyes are on Shib. It is searching for an opening. The analyst gave an image of a chart that demonstrates that since August, you have Thrift Shib, the 29th largest Shiba Inu whale, has dropped an enticing $538 billion Shib, valued $6,074,020 via 5 major trades in the last 15 days, according to statistics from Etherscan.io. On November 2nd, the top Shiba Inu whale began her selling binge by selling a disastrous $200 million Shib for $2,258,000 in a single big transaction. On November 5, the whale sold a second $100 billion Shib for $11,200,000. The sale of an $88 billion Shib, valued at $993,520 on November 7, came next. The whale reduced her assets by another $72 billion Shib, valued at $812,880 on November 11, despite the enormous quantity previously sold. She sold a second $78 billion Shib, valued at $880,620 in her last deal. The whale still has a whopping $3,599,890,076,773 Shib worth $40,642,758 in her pocketbook, despite the severe sell-off. Remember that a recent hacking event at Bitrue, a well-known exchange situated in Singapore, resulted in the loss of almost $22 million worth of digital assets, including a $172.55 billion Shib, valued at $1.9 million. The exploiter has already sold off a $22.55 billion Shib, valued almost $254,000 in 6 separate transactions, as previously revealed by CryptoBasic. The most recent deal, involving the sale of $2 billion worth of Shib, happened around $234,000 UTC today. The price of Shiba Inus has risen even with the current unpleasant sell-off occurrences. Shib prices have risen 2.9% over the last week and 6.6% over the last 14 days, according to CoinGecko statistics. Numerous tales of early investors seeing enormous returns on their investments have emerged from the Bitcoin sector. One such tale is the one of the guy who made $100 million during the bull run after being one of the first 100 owners of Shiba Inus. One of the earliest investors in the meme currency, having purchased it in its early stages, is the guy who profited $100 million from Shiba Inu Shib. As the coin's value surged, he stayed onto his investment and finally sold it during the 2021 bull run, making a tidy sum of money. Finally, a few days ago, the public testnet for Shibarium went live with anticipation from the Shiba team. The neighborhood was in a frenzy. Shiba and Bone, its tokens, reflected the same enthusiasm. The Shib and Bone tokens, on the other hand, seem to have reacted to a disturbance in the Shibarium paradise. The Shibarium Layer 2 public testnet had several bugs, which alarmed a well-known Shiba Inu community member on October 16. As a result, the project's main Discord page caught fire. A concerned community member claimed that another blockchain was already using Shibarium's chain ID. The Shibarium testnet seems to have taken the Genesis file from the Rinia testnet, renamed itself Shibarium, and neglected to modify the chain ID, he said. After receiving a lot of attention, main developer of Shiba Inu, Satoshi Kazama, responded to the post. Since Satoshi's remark didn't deal with the root of the problem, it didn't do much to calm the growing worry. As a consequence, throughout the last day, the value of the Shib and Bone tokens has decreased. Up to October 15, Shiba Inus were in demand. As of March 15, the market closing, Shib has lost 7.45% of its value. At the time of writing, it was down by almost 1%. Because of the significant price movement, the Relative Strength Index, RSI, was above 40. However, the more than 7% decline has caused it to go below that level. In conclusion, the position of the RSI suggested that it remained in the bear trend it had been experiencing for some time. The daily time frame chart for Bone showed that it had sustained more damage than normal. By the time this was written, the cost had dropped to around $1.02, a reduction of more than 13%. By the time the market closed on October 15, it had fallen 6.67%, bringing its 24-hour loss to more than 11%. The RSI line decreased as a result, moving closer to the oversold area at the time of publishing. In the last day, Bone's market value decreased by over 17%, while its volume increased by over 200%, according to CoinMarketCap. Prices for Shiba Inus are going down, but there's no increasing FUD. Sentiment figures show that there hasn't been a big rush into exchanges, as the supply is still stable. As of the time of writing, the supply exchange metric was around $132.5 trillion. In the next days, Satoshi Kazama could have to explain the testnet ID issue, a project that hasn't launched fully yet, and the tokens associated with it might suffer from its absence. The article Shiba Inu responds as community worries about Shibarium surface, first published on Bitcoin World. Innovative technology and utility integration are critical in supporting SHIB prices, as stressed by Satoshi Kazama. He pointed out that even with continuous burns, the Shiba Inu community had not yet amassed enough burns to sustain the asset's value on its own. In response to a community member's worries, Kazama recently made these statements in the community-driven Shibarium Telegram group. The person expressed worries with Shiba Inu's pricing being set in spite of a notable rise in burn rate that was recently seen. In response, Kazama made the argument that the price of a Shiba Inu is not always fixed or static because of the asset's notable recent minor growth. Shiba Inus have gained 4.1% over the last week and 3.5% over the last 24 hours. Kazama said that swing traders increase earnings by leveraging small gains. The Shiba Inu lead continued by attempting to allay the worries expressed. He made it clear that the community is far from reaching the number of burns necessary to influence the asset's price alone via burns. As a result, he pointed out the need of taking into account other elements like new technology and usefulness. A SHIB's high utility may make a big difference in its value, since it demonstrates how valuable the asset is for real-world use cases and applications, which increases demand and acceptance. Furthermore, SHIB acceptance and demand may be increased by innovative technologies like Shibarium. Kazama believes that in order to foster adoption and expand the Shiba Inu ecosystem, these two elements need to get the greatest amount of attention. The amount of burns required to move the SHIB based just on burns is well above what we have done. For this reason, we need to expand the ecosystem and acceptance by introducing new technologies and services. When you grasp that, you will comprehend why our next actions will further establish our control while your previous ones are crucial. He ended by mentioning Shiba Inu's increasing notoriety in the cryptocurrency world. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.